Hello everyone, Colin Canet here for Woodwork Web. Today we've got two things happening. I'm going to build this little plane rack, and the reason I'm doing that is because I've been laying them all on their side in a drawer in one of my cabinets, and I discovered that I could really use that drawer for a lot of other things, and I can easily hang these on the wall. I know they get a little dusty, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. The other thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to try adding a little bit more music to this video. So some of the cutting, instead of hearing saws and dust collectors, you'll hear a little bit of music. So you can let me know if you like it or not. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but we're going to experiment with it anyway. So join me while we make this great little plane hanger. Well, let's get started. Let me tell you what I'm going to be doing here today. I have these little cut-off shelf brackets here because I was using these short little or narrow little shelves here. But here's what my plan is. What I'm going to do, because we're on 16-inch sanders, and this is actually drilled into or screwed into a 2x4 behind, so it's really rigid, will hold a lot of weight. I'm going to cut a couple of pieces of wood that are this width that will fit between these two brackets. Okay, so I've cut the notches, and what I need to do now is to glue and tack them on. Well, I think this is going to be a little bit tedious, so I'm not going to make you sit through each one of them. But what I'll do is do one or two of them so you can see the methodology. And well, I've got all the dividers in. The next thing I need to do now is to put some kind of a cap on here. And the purpose of the cap is that when this is hanging on the wall, you will take the plane, to put the plane back, you will put it under here, and that will prevent it from flipping out that way. And then it will slide down, and there will be a stopper down here. So there's the piece of wood that I cut, and you can see from that angle, see how much area there is here and how little there is here and here. So what I'm going to do now is just mark this, that I'm going to put, and this is just kind of a rough mark, that will go in there like that, and that will go in there, something like that. And I want to mark between so that I can line that up. Just okay, I'm just about ready to attach this on here. I even was able to modify this one a little bit so that the rabbiting plane will fit in there. Now, normally I would just glue this, but I'm going to put some screws through here too, because I don't want this cap to fall off, and I think there's going to be, at some point, there may be a fair bit of pressure. So what I need to do now, I haven't drilled the holes yet in the sides that I'm going to hang it on, and I need to do the same thing on the hangers, so we're going to do that next. Hopefully it'll go on pretty easily. There we go. That's good. The one thing I am going to have to do is to fasten this so that if I bump it, it's not going to come off the wall. But it's looking good. Perfect. Well, there's the plane rack, and I freed up a drawer by doing that. I don't know if I'm in love with the position yet, to be honest with you. I'm going to try it for a couple of weeks, but don't be surprised if you see it disappear one day and it'll end up in another part of the workshop that is a little less traveled. So anyway, that's it for this video. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, we ask you to do that. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and don't forget, for all of these videos that I make, I write an article on Woodwork Web, and the link is the very first link in the description box underneath this video. So you'll want to go there and check out if there's any details that you need that I didn't cover off in this video. So I'm Colin Cadet for Woodwork Web. Thanks for watching.